Now, here we go. Okay, a car can accelerate at A and decelerate at 4A. Find in terms of t seconds the least time in which you can travel a distance of 90 AT squared from rest to rest, subject to speed limit AAT. Now, would you all agree, it never specifies what t is? No, but like what time is it talking about? Is it talking about the time for the full journey or what is it? It doesn't make any reference to it. Would you agree with that? So I'm going to draw my graph. Now, what can we say about my graph? Accelerates, gets to a constant speed, and then does what? Travels there for a while. Then is the deceleration take longer or shorter? Shorter. Okay. And then what we can sort of say here is that, would you all agree that we can say that this yellow line, what's the length of the yellow line compared to the blue line? 4 times? Okay. So for argument's sake, I could call this, I'm going to avoid the letter T for a while. Just don't use any more T's. So I'll call that 4x and call this one x. Does everybody understand why I did that? That deceleration is 4 times bigger. What's the speed limit? AAT. And then the whole thing combined is 90 AT squared, right? Now, I have a problem here is that I know nothing about the middle sector, do I? No. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to think of a letter that's not in use. M. Yeah, M or Y, whatever, okay? I'm going to look at the acceleration. What do we say the acceleration is again? The acceleration is A. Okay. So A equals the slope, isn't it? 8 AT divided by 4x, agreed? Now, the A's will cancel, won't they? And x will equal what? What do we reckon? No, what x? Bring the x up. Just 2t then, is it? You happy enough with that? Oh, I wasn't too happy about introducing a new variable x when I could get rid of it again quite quickly. So I'm going to change that back out for 2t. Does that make sense? Oh, sorry, not 2t. I'm going to change that out for. It was 4x. I'm going to change it out for 8t. Okay. Then what am I going to change this out for? 2t. I'll do that. Oh, what am I doing with my life? We all good so far? Okay. Now what do we think? Grab this and I'll bring it up here out of the way. Now, have I done any distance yet? Have I used the 90 AT squared yet at all? So any idea how I might use that? Triangle plus rectangle plus triangle equals, yeah. Pick a letter for the time in the middle sector. Your choice. We got there eventually. All right, there we go. Now, area of the first one, guys, what do we think? Half AT by 8 AT through 2 AT squared. Okay. What about the area of the last one? A half. What do we get here, guys? AT squared, yeah. And combined, the two of them are worth how much? 40 AT squared, yeah. So that means this central rectangle needs to be responsible for how much? Has to be responsible for 50 AT squared because the whole thing has to add to 90. Okay. This one? Yeah. Half with 2t. So half by 2t is t, and then t multiplied by at squared is 8at squared. Sorry, yeah, my bad. My bad writing getting in the way. Now, guys, we now know that the area of the rectangle. How high is this rectangle again? Yeah, it's your height by your base, yeah? Length by width will get you 8aty, and we're saying that's responsible for 50at squared. The a's cancel. One of the t's will cancel. 50 divided by a. Yeah, we'll take that. 6.25t. Now what does it want from me? Find the least time. So what do we say y was again? 6.25 t. Add them all together. Your 8t plus your 2t plus your 6.25 t. We cool? Okay. Now, here we go, guys. Acceleration, a lot shallower. Deceleration, much more aggressive. Agreed? Do we know the top speed? No, because we're not subject to the speed limit. So therefore, this is height v. You cool with that? Do we know the area of the two triangles combined? What's the 90 squared? You cool with that? Now, what we definitely know is what? That this blue line compared to this yellow line, what do we say? 4 times bigger, isn't it? 4x and x. Now these are my variables, aren't they? Phi and x are variables that I introduced. Therefore, I'm going to have to get rid of these variables eventually. Okay, so they're my design. First thing we're going to do is going to try and use the acceleration. We'll call this m. Now, what can we say about the acceleration a? It's the rise over there. Rise over run. Would that be all right with you guys? So we happen with v over 4x. And that would mean that v is what? 4ax. That'd be all right. Don't really know what to do with that. Just have to park it there and get inspired, I suppose. Is unfortunately what's yeah. Just parked it there and I have no idea what I'm going to do with it yet. Okay. So I've used the, would you agree I've used the acceleration information? What happened if I used the deceleration information? You get exactly the same thing. If I called that n, and then I said that 4a is v divided by x, I'm actually ending up with the same information. So using the acceleration and deceleration is actually get you the same piece of information. So consider the acceleration, deceleration covered. The only thing I have left to do is what now, guys? What can I do now? Have any ideas? I'm going to try and do the area of the triangle. All right. Now, I can be pretty lazy with this, can't I? Combine both bottoms to make what? 5x, yeah? And what's the height? V. So what I'm going to say is a half 5x times v is 90 at squared, yeah? Now, here's what I'm thinking. See that v? What should I replace that with? I'll replace it with the 4ax. At least I'm one letter down now, haven't I? I'm one letter down, which I'm pretty happy about. Now, multiply that out and I get 20. Yeah, 20ax squared, yeah? And divide that by 2. Huh? Yeah. 10ax squared equals 90. Okay. A's cancel. And what do we get here? X squared equals 90 squared, x therefore equals, you know what? 3t. Square root both sides. Now what do we say about this then? Well, the square only works on the t, it doesn't work on the 9. So I'm changing 9t squared into 3t 2b squared. And now we got this, guys. That's 12t. That's 3t. And therefore the answer is 15t in total. Conduct a dimensional analysis to have a look at 90t squared to see if it has the correct units, is basically what we're looking at here. And here's what I'm going to do. I am going to do, what's that noise? Oh. And 90, what's the units of acceleration? ms minus 2, what's the units of t? Seconds, so seconds squared. And can anybody tell me what's the effect of s minus 2 and s2 when you multiply them by each other? It'd be s to the power of 0. And what is anything to the power of 0? 1. Do you guys understand